Education is defined as the process of gaining knowledge of any kind at a formal setting. Our elders would define education as the key to success. For years now, the education system in Nigeria has become a case of worry to all concerned Nigerians. We worry that the caretakers of our education system are slowly failing us. How did it become so bad? Where were we when our education system was crumbling? The private schools are very good and are very much available to the citizens. These private schools might be good, but at the same time, not everyone can afford to take their children to these schools, leaving the masses with no choice but to send their children to the government schools, which are not being well taken care of by the government. In Nigeria, kids even as little as 6-year-olds who do not know their left from right can be seen on the streets begging or even selling food. This is mostly because most Nigerians are living below average, therefore making them include their children in their hustle instead of them sending them to school. In the northern part of Nigeria, the case is even worse, as there lies the problem of the almajiranci, in which young boys and girls that should be in school are sent out on the streets to hawk by either their parents or mentors. These children are at risk of so many things, which include kidnap, assaults, and many harmful things, but sadly, their guardians don't put all these into consideration. This can be curbed out if the government ensures any school teaching an almajiri is licensed, enabling the government to be aware of the activities of every almajiri school. Nigerians are generally very intelligent people who prosper anywhere they might find themselves, especially when they are given the opportunity to showcase their talents. Some examples are Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the former Minister of Finance, Chimamanda Adichie, the great writer, and Amina Mohammed, the Deputy Secretary General to the United Nations. Nigerians have complained that one of the major reasons the education system isn't as good as it used to be is because the government doesn't support the students that are trying so hard with scholarships, prizes of money, and so many other things. Education in Nigeria was so good back in the days that foreign students would come over for their schooling. Our parents all attended government schools, which fostered brotherhood, as every man's child would sit in the same classroom, irrespective of age, tribe, or even social status. The education system has now gotten to the extent Nigerians would rather cross to other countries just to get education. These same countries such as Ghana, Kenya, Senegal, and even Niger that once relied on Nigeria for their education. Nigerians say they prefer to go elsewhere to school because the thought of being in school for 8 years for a course of just 4 years is not something light, and they wouldn't want to experience such. Some Nigerians would even say that is if you're given the course of your choice. In the defense of the government, it is noticeable that they are trying to introduce the policies to check and ensure every child within the school age is in a classroom as it should be, but Nigerians are failing to cooperate. This is what brought about the introduction of feeding at schools, whereby kids are given food during school hours just to ensure every child is in school. But sadly, the guardians would tell their children to collect the food and return home immediately. How then are things supposed to move forward if everyone in the society is not playing his or her role as it should be? We plead with the government to please try and give our education system the proper attention and care it needs. This would furthermore strengthen our education system, and the need to go elsewhere to school wouldn't exist. Rather, people would come to our country to school, thus generating revenue. We also plead with the government to make education affordable as well as available to every citizen by lowering school fees or even providing free education and scholarships. Hence, there would be no excuse for any child not to be in school. This would ensure every Nigerian child has access to quality education and also ensure the children are taken away from the streets. Hadiza San Kamba, Department of Mass Communication, 2020 production.